But once you're in it and you also are seeing how it applies to real life, it becomes much more kind of an incentive to keep going and keep trying to, you know, to learn the subject matter. Mm-hmm. So how about you, Kylie?
I think it helped a lot because you kind of learn pretty much in all your classes, you learn how you learn the best. So I learned a lot about studying and like test taking and, you know, how to memorize what I was learning. So I think that'll help me a lot in college. When I take more science classes, then I'll know how to do labs and I'll know how to study for the tests that I have. So I think it helps a lot so I can succeed in the classes that I'm going to take.
When you were working, you know, when you had your internships or when you were out kind of doing the career exploration and you were able to talk to the people that were out in the field, did you find that they were helpful and gave you some information that helped you as you were, you know, getting the experiences? Did you make those connections?
Yeah, I did a little bit when I was at the nursing, when I was volunteering at Gillette. I think they just showed me that it takes a lot of hard work and you have to go to school, obviously, for 4 years unless you're a doctor, then more. But I think they just showed me that if you like it, then you're going to like what you're doing in college. And, I mean, you have core classes that you have to take in college, but they're also interesting because, I mean, I've just heard that college is fun, so.
Well, it is fun, but it's also serious after.
Yeah. I know that.
Not too much fun.
Yeah.
And Kylie, how about you, just in your experiences at the university?
Yeah, I think they helped a lot because they would say, you know, college is hard, but if you're going towards what you want to do, then it helps you want to do your work in class and want to study and stuff. So I think they just, you know, told you to persevere in what you're doing, so they wanted you to know that it's hard, but it's going to pay off.
Well, it's really fun talking to both of you, and as the audience can maybe tell, you are twins, you're sisters, and it's fun to have both of you on the show. Eric, last words as far as, you know, talking to students in St. Paul or in any part of Minnesota. What kind of advice would you give them as they're thinking about future careers or how to prepare?
That's a great question. I think that one, for me personally, in choosing my career, a lot of it came with what I had a passion for and what I loved, which was teaching. And for me specifically, it was history. That went a long way in helping me decide where I would go in my life. And I think, too, and I think what these girls are doing a great job of is finding something that they love, but also realizing where there is and where there is not potential. And they've both chosen an area where there really is potential and where their passion will lead them to a job that will actually be there by the time they're ready to be finished with college.
Well, and of course, to put a plug in for teachers too, we need, not that history isn't important, Eric,
right.
Which it very is. In fact, I love history. I love that subject area myself. But it is really important that we do have high quality teachers such as yourself in our school districts, and whether it's science or math or history. Teaching also is a wonderful career, and it's a very honored career that we should be, you know, celebrating and also appreciating very deeply. And it's thanks to folks like you that are helping Ashley and Kylie realize their dreams. And I think what's really fun is having, you know, young women like Ashley and Kylie come back a few years from now and saying, thanks, you know, you really got me started on a wonderful career and a wonderful life, and that's what it is all about. So we want to really thank you for being here today and sharing a little bit more. Any other final thoughts before we go?
Our BioSmart program, it's really a fantastic opportunity for all the kids in the metro area. Next year will be the second full year of the program, and there's a lot of great opportunities. Well,
I'm going to come and visit, so I'm anxious to do that next year, and hope that you have a really good launch in the fall, and we'll see Kylie and Ashley there just thriving and talking to freshmen about all the neat things that will be ahead for them. So, well, that's all the time we have for our first segment. I want to thank Eric Melsness and Ashley Ehlers and Kylie Ehlers for being on our show today. a number of options available for students for obtaining college credit or industry certification while in high school. In this segment, we'll talk about advanced placement and the college level examination program, two examples of dual enrollment opportunities for students here in Minnesota. With us today are Angie Judd, high school specialist, and Stuart Lottie, advanced placement coordinator from the Minnesota Department of Education. Welcome to K-12 TV, Angie and Stu.
Thank you.
Angie, we're going to start with you. And first of all, just give the audience, and this is great for parents and students to know, about our dual enrollment options in Minnesota.
Right. Our Minnesota students are so lucky because they have opportunities to earn not only college credit but also industry certifications in our high schools in Minnesota. And what we mean by dual enrollment is if they take an advanced placement course or international baccalaureate course, a concurrent enrollment course offered, through a college or post-secondary enrollment, even industry certification, all of those can help advance their post-secondary success. And some of those programs, they get college credits at the same time they're in high school, which is very exciting, and you can see where it saves time, it saves money, and also encourages those students to take rigorous courses while they're in high school. And as a result, then they can go on and be more successful and know that they're prepared for their post-secondary options, whether they decide to go to industry fields, earning certificates, or whether they're going to actually go on to college. And so Minnesota promotes this. This is something that we like to tell our students and encourage our high schools in the state of Minnesota to tell all of their students about these opportunities and give them information.
So now, if people want to know more, I think you have a brochure too.
Right. We have at the Minnesota Department of Education a brochure that talks about all of the dual enrollment opportunities in Minnesota. And this is available for all high schools to distribute to their students. And we're hoping that the high schools will take advantage of this to be able to share. And there's information about exactly what do all of those dual enrollment programs entail, and there also is information where to email to get information, a website information address for them as well.
And that'll be on our website too. If you want to just go directly to our website to pull this information off also about how to enroll your student, etc. Well, Minnesota has been a leader in dual enrollment for years. I forget how many years. It's I think over 20.
Yes.
So we've had this in place, and now states around the country are just beginning to do some dual enrollment, but never as aggressively as Minnesota. And we have, I think, about 7,000 students that do post-secondary education options where they leave their high school and actually go to a college. But then, as you said, there's some opportunities where you could stay in your high school and earn a dual high school college credit. So we want to throw it over to Stu now and have him talk about advanced placement. So Stu, tell us a little bit about yourself first. You are the coordinator, of course, for advanced placement here at the department. But before that, tell us what you did.
Well, before that, I had a life as a 20-year AP teacher in Brainerd, where I taught advanced placement U.S. history and then advanced placement art history and coordinated the program there. And worked with you, Madam Commissioner, as you were our champion in the legislature, helping us get many important pieces of legislation.